The greatest innovations, they often don't start with some grand 10-year plan. Sometimes, all it takes is a single fiery moment of disrespect. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. The incredible story of how one heated argument between two Italian titans gave birth to one of the world's most iconic car brands.
It all starts right here, with this one single cutting remark. Can you imagine? You're a wealthy, successful industrialist. You're trying to give some helpful feedback to the legendary Enzo Ferrari himself. And this is how he dismisses you? This insult? This is the spark that lit the whole fuse.
So this moment, this is really the heart of the whole story. It's a classic David versus Goliath tale, but with V12 engines. You've got the established giant, Ferrari, and then you have this defiant outsider, a tractor manufacturer named Ferruccio Lamborghini.
And it's easy to hear Ferrari's side and think, well, maybe he had a point. A tractor maker? Seriously. But oh man, underestimating this guy would turn out to be a massive mistake. Ferruccio Lamborghini was so much more than just a farmer with an opinion.
So how on earth does a tractor manufacturer build a car that becomes a legend? To really get that, you have to understand the man himself. We've got to go back and see who Ferruccio was before he ever dreamed of building a supercar.
So yeah, while he was born to farmers, his real passion was always machines. He served as a mechanic during World War II, and then, with some incredible ingenuity, he started building tractors from leftover military hardware. By the 1950s, he wasn't just doing okay. He was a self-made millionaire and one of Italy's biggest industrialists.
His time in the war, well, it completely changed him. He wasn't just some mechanic turning a wrench. He became a master problem solver. He was forced to make these complex machines work with basically nothing but scrap parts and his own wits. This gave him this deep, practical understanding of engineering that, frankly, you just can't learn in a classroom.
And that experience, that shaped his entire philosophy. Ferruccio was a proud, hands-on engineer. He was obsessed with quality and reliability above everything else. He believed a luxury product should be powerful, sure, but it also had to be usable and dependable. A mindset that was about to put him on a direct collision course with Ferrari.
Okay, so with all that in mind, that whole showdown with Enzo Ferrari starts to make a lot more sense, doesn't it? He wasn't just some disgruntled customer complaining. He was an expert engineer who saw a flaw and knew exactly how he could fix it. And this is where the challenge truly begins. So here's the deal. Ferruccio owned Ferraris, but he was constantly having to get their clutches repaired. It drove him crazy. So he takes one apart, and what does he find? He realizes it's basically the same kind of clutch he was using in his own tractors, just, not really built for a high-performance car. He knew exactly what the problem was.
And this, right here, this is the fundamental difference between the two men. See, for Ferrari, the road cars were just a way to fund his racing team. The track was everything. But for Ferruccio, the goal was the perfect grand touring car, a machine that was a thrill to drive, but also comfortable and reliable enough for the open road. He wasn't trying to beat Ferrari at racing, he was trying to build a flat-out, better car.
So still stinging from that insult, Ferruccio makes an unbelievably bold move. In 1963, he doesn't just decide to build a car. He founds Automobili Lamborghini and builds a brand new, state-of-the-art factory in Sant'Agata Bolognese, which is literally right in Ferrari's backyard. This was a direct, unmistakable challenge. No question about it.
And get this, he didn't just build a factory, he assembled a dream team. He actually poached brilliant and maybe a little disgruntled engineers from Ferrari, and he gave them one clear mission: build the absolute best road car in the world, with zero distractions from the racetrack.
All right, so the stage is set, the dream team is in place, the vision is crystal clear. Now comes the moment of truth, the car that would prove once and for all whether this tractor maker was a complete fool or an absolute genius.
And this was the big question, right? Could this upstart company, born out of an insult, really create something that could stand shoulder to shoulder with a Ferrari, let alone actually surpass it?
Well, in 1966, the world got its answer.
And let me tell you, this was not just another sports car. The Lamborghini Miura was something else entirely. It was so radical, so advanced, that it's now widely considered the car that created a whole new category, the supercar.
So what made it so special? Well, for starters, it took the mid-engine layout, something that was really only for pure race cars back then, and perfected it for the road.
This gave it incredible balance. It had a monstrous V12 engine that was also, get this, reliable. And the design? It was so futuristic, it made everything else on the road, including Ferraris, look old-fashioned literally overnight.
The Miura was so much more than a car. It was a statement. It was the ultimate mic drop, the perfect response to Enzo Ferrari's insult. And it cemented a legacy built on pure defiance, passion, and just brilliant engineering.
So what can we take away from this incredible story? Well, it shows that expertise can come from anywhere. Ferruccio used what he knew about tractors to build a better supercar. It shows that frustration can be the ultimate motivator. And maybe most importantly, it proves that prestige doesn't mean anything without quality. Ferruccio didn't just challenge perfection, he completely redefined it.
You know, this whole rivalry is captured perfectly in their logos. Ferrari had the elegant, famous prancing horse. Ferruccio, who happened to be a Taurus, chose the raging bull as his symbol. Powerful, aggressive, a direct contrast. It just perfectly sums up the brand's identity as the defiant challenger.
Ultimately, Ferruccio's story is just this powerful reminder. It isn't just about cars. It's about that relentless drive for improvement, the courage to challenge the old guard, and the sheer self-belief to turn an insult into an icon.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? Ferruccio Lamborghini saw a flaw in an industry giant and used his unique outside expertise to build something truly revolutionary. It just makes you wonder, who's next? What giant is out there just waiting for its own tractor maker?